Hello, this is Friendly Cat doing the Hearts of Iron 4 achievement, Awake and Angry, defeating Japan by February 1938. I hope you have a good time watching this. No shenanigans, no exploits, no paradrops, no double naval invasions. Those are awesome. I think they're fantastic and fun, and if you like to use them, I don't have really an issue with them. But for this run, we're just going to be primarily using land combat. The focuses are a rush to subjugate the Warlords. I think you can take the first research slot first, but I'm just going to play it slow and careful. We're just going for this achievement. We're not going for a world conquer, so I don't necessarily need that extra research. We will be building ourselves up to 72 divisions and sitting on those 72 for the whole length of this war. Nothing special, nothing rushed, just a focus to pushing the white piece on Japan and eventually integrating all of the warlords. So in our subjugate the warlords, we got a lucky draw for me anyway. We got 4 warlords to resist. We want them to resist. We have no problem with them. So we want them to resist so that we can take their lands and use the factories for the things that we like. If they all resist, fantastic. We get 5 of those warlords, and then eventually communist China. If none of them resist, we lose 4, but they turn into puppets. And I don't mean to say it doesn't matter which one comes out, but we can live with either option. If they're puppets, we'll just take their armies and then later on integrate them. If they resist, even better. Our divisions are going to be made up of horses, cavalry, much maligned. I love them. They do cost more than infantry. I think they cost also twice as much to supply, but they're 60% faster. They don't use fuel. I love them, not just for runs like this, but I think technically maybe half of my challenging world achievement runs in Hearts of Iron 4 involve cavalry. I know it may seem hard to believe, but they're very fast. You can see them just lighting up here. They're very quick at moving around, and we're going to be focused on a couple different types of vision templates. Right now we're using the default 8 width or 4 battalion cavalry. Eventually we'll switch them over to give them some support artillery, and then we'll also convert it to several different types of division types. 6 battalion or 12 width cavalry only, no artillery, no support. We'll also use 6 width with cavalry, with artillery support, and then 6 width with both support artillery and engineers. And later on we'll build our assault division of as much as 24 or 26 width with support artillery and cavalry. That's it. Oh yeah, we'll also give them, support anti-air as well. And here goes the first of the warlords. Not too bad, October 1936, and by going subjugate warlords first instead of the research slot, you've got the time. Relax, be methodical, use your battle plans, but also micromanage, and you'll comfortably move through those warlords. Even if all 5 of them were to resist, you can still take them out before Japan attacks you. And we really like that, at least I really like that, because it gives us a lot of factories and a lot of ability to start to build our own army. We don't need to lend lease, even if all the warlords agree to get puppeted, so we can't use their factories directly. We don't need to lend lease, but we will plan to be lend leasing as well. As you can tell, the warlords are kind of giving us a hard time, but it's a deceptively hard time because we don't really have that much else to do, and we can take this time to fight the warlords and actually earn army experience, which can help us later on. Alright, the last of the warlords has now fallen in this playthrough, and we're taking out China. We could lure them off the front line, but it's not necessary. We're just going to fight them through. I probably could have lured them out. That probably is a little more efficient. In this case, we just encircled and attacked them, and they were gracious enough to run out of their capital here. As you can tell, they're running really fast, and I'm not sure exactly what the thought on that is, but in this case they did. And we're going to be preparing here at the end of February, I should say middle of February 1937, with the last of our warlord or warlord equivalents being taken care of. Plenty of time to move our troops onto the board and prepare for Japan. Because Japan, when they're going to be fighting with as many mills as we have, I think they've got about the same number of mills as us. And here they come. It's a tough fight. It's vicious. It's a fight. We're going to have to hold fast for a couple of months and let them grind on us. Or we just going to go right back at them. July 17th, we're already heading after them. We're not waiting. We don't need non-aggression pacts. I don't need naval invasions. We are testing the waters with Germany, Italy, and the Soviet Union to see what type of Lend-Lease options. In this case, Germany and Italy had available Lend-Lease. Russia did not, the Soviet Union did not, so I'm going to start improving relations with Germany and Italy while we head east. I probably could have waited a month and let them grind a little bit on us. I probably would have made things a little bit quicker. Did a lot of things on this run suboptimally, admittedly suboptimally, but it does work out at the end. This is not a hard or very hard achievement. It certainly can be challenging, particularly as you're new to Hearts of Iron 4, but you can do it suboptimally and still do just fine. Here comes a naval invasion. Name of the game, sit on the port, let them land around the port, and then hold the and then destroy those troops. And here we are doing our first Lend-Lease from Italy and Germany. Again, you don't need to do a Lend-Lease to make this happen, but it does make things a little bit easier. And here we are, first port, finally September 1937. That's a major, major breakthrough for us because it lets us extend our supply out and continue toward the east. Our goal is eventually to try to push all the way and cut off Korea so that the Japanese troops north of that line, they can still get supplied by their puppets, but they no longer have access to their home country equipment, and that is the end of the road. The first step toward that is taking that first port here in September 1937. Not too bad. Alright, if we fast forward a little bit further, now we're going to be trying to get our first encirclement. That's right, first encirclement in September. That's not too bad, I think. We're losing land a little bit, but I don't care so much. There's nothing up there, and if you want to, if Japan wants to extend into my northern territories and fight me off, go for it. I'm headed toward Korea, and I'm headed toward Mukden if I can get there. I don't know if I'm going to get there in this run. Spoiler alert, I don't get there. Not for a while. But nonetheless, we're still moving, and that cavalry speed is so helpful. This is a bit of a race in some states, in some parts, and you can tell sometimes we beat them, we make the race, sometimes we don't, and when we win, it's almost always because of the cavalry. We're trying to push now down to the bottom left port. Each port we take is a supply hub, in addition to being a port, which means we can connect railroads to it, and each time we connect at a supply hub, we're going to try to build a railway back to an earlier supply hub to ensure that we can continue the expansion. We're continuing to push out, continuing, and here we are, we're on the edge here, we're very close to cutting off Korea, because once we cut off the Japanese army, it's all downhill. We've already made huge gains, we're doing quite well here in November 1937, and we also notice we've kind of outstretched the line, so we have more space than we have troops in that area. So we're going to start to divert some of our troops from the central front over to that eastern front to try to expand out that line, and here we go, we just cut off Korea. That is the beginning of the end. I guess it's the middle of the end, or near the end of the end, because now we're going to head down to Pusan, and any Japanese troop north of that line is done. They're done. Even if they got supply, it's just a matter of time. This is the most challenging part of the Awake and Angry, I should say, obviously. Once you've defeated Japan and taken them to the white peace, it's just a matter of sitting back and spending your political power to integrate the warlords. And here we're about to take on Pusan. Not too bad. November. We're going to be fast forwarding a little bit to the very end so you don't watch all of the micro of the last little pockets. The focus is here. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but try to take the focuses that give you political power, particularly if you didn't take that many warlords as annexed. Well, I have a lot of fun with this run. I enjoy playing China. If you had a lot of fun too, fantastic. Please feel free to leave a comment down below of any other achievements that you might find interesting or you'd like to see, and I'll see what I can do. Here we go, February 1938, Japan is taken care of. Now it's a simple matter of, in this case, since there's only one warlord puppeted, to take the integrate warlord decisions. That will take me a while to actually complete the achievement, because I'd have to go through each of those different decisions, but here it comes up in December 1938. Hope you had a good time. Have fun. Thank you again.